All right, you guys, happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing good. I have already been seeing kids going back to school. I'm like, holy cow, I can't believe the summer is over. I feel like it just so fast. I also feel really blessed because my kids actually don't go back until the 29th and the 30th. So they get out at the same time as everyone else, but we have like a little bit of an extra time, which is super cool. So you guys, we are jumping on. We just jammed through on Wednesday nights. We're super quick. But I wanted to get the girls together tonight who had been to the Loft retreat over the weekend and just kind of let them share some of their business takeaways, personal takeaways. You guys, honestly, like my takeaway, like the biggest tip that I can give you guys is get to a Thrive event. Like there's nothing like coming together, and that doesn't have to be a Loft retreat. It doesn't have to be a retreat out of state. I know when I started, it was me, my upline, and the one promoter I had. Like we would get together, we would have lunch, we would just connect. And then over time that grows, maybe it's a local, maybe you host a local. Don't wait for someone else to do it. And that really creates that community, that culture. And it also creates a connection that inspires people to run, so that when there is something bigger, like a Loft retreat or a leadership retreat, you've got people running for that. So we're going to jump right in. I see Chrissy. Let's start with Chrissy. Chrissy, you want to unmute and just say whatever you want?
We're starting with Chrissy.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I love you. The Loft was,
I love you.
It was beyond anything I ever could have imagined it would have been. Like I went in with not really any expectations and came out with like, what the fuck do I do from here? Like so my biggest personal takeaway was to protect your peace. I heard Chastity talk about it so many times. All of the things that we did as a team and together as friends, and just protecting your heart and your peace. And I am not going to get emotional because Chrissy does not do that on Zooms. It was a beautiful thing to understand how to let go, let God in its purest form, and be supported by people you've never even met. Like the only person I met going into this retreat was Crystal a couple of times, like just because of our past. And I left with best friends that I can't really put it into words. So just protecting your peace and putting yourself first and setting those fears aside and getting right with yourself before trying to master anything else is like key in any walk of life, any aspect, like business, personal, whatever. As far as business, I took notes because I had to. Just persevere. Just what's your alternative? Like you've got a 5-year plan. What's the alternative? Like you do or you don't. Like you win or you lose. You choose your hard, you choose your daily, you choose what you make of this business. So do whatever it takes, because this tribe, this community, this leadership, Lacey, Michelle, Sonia, Chastity, like, oh my God, I've never met more genuine, loving human beings in my entire life. And it just solidified the fact that I am in the right place. So I'll shut up now.
Well, that's
amazing.
We can get off the Zoom now. So good.
Sorry.
So good. No, it was really, really, really good. And so I heard you say, one of the things you said was mastering. And it's so funny because you guys, when you walk into Chastity's house and her space and her loft and her gym, like she really is walking her talk. It's just like a whole vibe. And so I was like, I'm bringing that home with me. Like I'm getting zen. I'm getting like chilled out in my house. And then I got home and like my kids live here and there's laundry. And so I'm like, okay, reel it in. I don't have to do it all in one day. So what I did do, one thing that I noticed right away that is anybody can do this in Chastity's home, and you guys, this is everywhere. Like if you go to wash a bowl in her sink, which by the way, she wouldn't let you do, but if you go to her sink, there's affirmations. Nothing, I mean, they're peeling off, they've been wet. Like it's just, she likes it though, and it's there. So affirmations on the sink, they're on the bathroom walls, they're every room that you walk into or out of or in the hallway. There are positive affirmations all over the place. Like you walk from one end of the house to the other, and by the time you get to the other end of the house, like you are feeling yourself. Like you feel really good. And so I was like, okay, that's what I'm taking. I'm taking that vibe, that feeling home. And when I mentioned it to her, she said, she was like, well, you know, you have daughters there, you have young daughters. So how are your daughters going to feel about themselves in the morning when they're getting ready for school? And then when they go to school, are they going to be picked on? Are they going to, now they feel stupid in the clothes they thought looked cute that morning? Are they going to get bullied? Are they going to see somebody they think is pretty, or like all this stuff, you know, all this life happens, all this stuff is thrown at us. But when we can have those positive words, like the words you speak become the house you live in. I love that quote. It's so true. And so just having those on the mirror. So that's a cheap thing anyone can do. You guys, if you pay attention, like you get junk mail in the mail, and sometimes there's even stuff on that you can cut out. It doesn't have to be a $500 trip to Hobby Lobby. It can be like, I bought a pack of stickers from Amazon for $9. So that's one thing that I'm like right away taking back from that. So, okay, Danielle, I see you on.
Hey guys, gals. Well, I took a million things away, like, and everything that Chrissy said is so 100,000% true. But for me, owning my mornings is really important to me, which then overflows into my business. So if I kind of sleep in or get up right before I have to go to my regular job, I'm not getting my mind right. I'm not. So doing the I ams and gratitudes as soon as I open my eyes in the morning, it really does something. Like it's not just cuz, like it really. And so since we went, what I started doing too is, before I just write them and shut the book and whatever. So now I write them and then I go and I stand in front of the mirror and I say them out loud to myself, and sometimes even a couple times. And I've been walking every morning that I'm not working a knock shift the night before. And like this morning, my son had a doctor's appointment at 7 a.m. and I could have easily been like, oh, I'll just sleep till 6:30 or whatever. But I got up at 5. I did my stuff, my I am in gratitude. I took the dog for a walk, and then I was on the 6 a.m. Zoom getting the work done. That, you know, that was awesome too, working together while I was going for my walk, and just having that time before I deal with the kids or I deal with the customer or a promoter or whoever, taking that time to get your mind where it needs to be, period. And that was a lot of the reason of why I started thriving, was because my mornings were hugely chaotic. That's why one of the reasons I decided to promote was to help moms just like me. So I can't do that if I'm not practicing that. So owning my mornings was something huge that I took away from the trip. And the community, it just felt like it's the true connection. Being loved authentically for who you are gives me the capability to go love, to go help those customers. I feel I would hide behind a follow-up because I was feeling self-conscious. I wasn't, feeling worthy or good enough. And after going there, my cup was so full that I know I'm enough. I know I'm loved by some badass women, and they have my back 100%. And I can confidently press that voice record and, how are you today? What's going on? I just walked away with just more self-confidence in myself, in business too, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I love that. That's so awesome. Okay, I'm literally just going to go down by who I see. So Jill.
I felt like you were going to call on me right now. I had that. Danielle, hell yeah, that was so good, you guys. I was thinking, I'm like, they're like, I'm writing things down. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna write down? Like, I was so in the moment, in the feels, that I'm like, what did I take away, like business wise? So my things, like, it was all feeling for me. So the thing, like, I kept thinking, like, isn't it a trip? Like, none of us would be there. None of us would know each other if someone in that line would have given up. My main takeaway is don't give up. Somebody needs you to keep going. Like, I would have not been there. None of us would have been there if somebody would have given up, right? Before us. Keep pushing through the hards. Like, I've had so many people quit, you know, when things get hard, you're in life and in business, you're going to go through the hard, and like, it's how we come out of that hard stronger. Like, that's, we're going to be able to teach somebody that hard, right? Like, somebody needs us to keep going and help them through their hard the same way. And everybody there was so comfortable, like, to come around a group of people and be that comfortable. Every single buddy was so comfortable. Like, I felt like, you know, people were nervous coming in, like, how are we all going to vibe together? Like, it was perfect. Like, the chemistry between all of us was so perfect. And that's because everyone was not afraid to be themselves, like truly themselves, tell their story. Like, someone needs to hear your story. All of us could relate in some way, shape, or form. Like, we have all been through some crazy shit, and to share that and to be comfortable to share it and not be judged, it was like amazing. So share your story. Somebody needs to hear it. And you know, share the hard story. I'm sorry, this car is so loud when it goes by. And that's how we attract our people. Like, we share our hard and what we've been through and like how we came out of it and the things that we do every day, like owning your mornings and better routines. And like, people are watching that. I'm like, okay, like, I fell in a funk a little bit, but now I'm going to own my mornings. I'm going to get up before the kids. I'm going to do this. And people are responding to that. Like, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Like, what books are you reading? What are you doing? Like, somebody needs you to help them through it too. So don't give up. Share your stories is the main thing that I got through it. Just be true to you. We did a little activity that people writes on cards for you, right? And it was mind blowing to me to read so many that were like, thank you for being you. Like, you gave me confidence to be like true to me, or like comfortable in my own skin and just be me. Cause I mean, I'm wild, I'm crazy. That's just me. So I felt good, like being me, and people like really attracted to that and being comfortable around me in that way. So that's all the feels, you guys. And then business wise, let me tell you, I had my flight attendant with capsules, a card, a sample. I had the other flight attendant asking questions, gave her a card. I had my Uber guy, Curtis, my boy Curtis is about to sign up. He's told, oh my God, I have a bee messing with me, sorry. You guys use these trips as like a business attractor as well. We are in a whole airport full of people around the world that are like, what is that patch on your arm? Like, the things that we can, and the people that we could tap into when we're on a trip like that, especially a business trip. I have my Lavelle bag, I have my Lavelle cup, I have my stickers, I got my, you know what I mean? They're like, what is going on? Like, where are you at? Where are you from? Where are you going? You know, it's just a conversation starter. So make sure you have all of the marketing going on when you're on a trip as well. That's business wise what I took away.
Yes, so
Yeah.
good. When you said one of us wouldn't have been there if another one of us would have given up, my whole body shot chills. Like, that is mind blowing. It's so true. Okay, Jennifer Myers with Sweet Baby.
Hello. Okay, so honestly, okay, so listening to everything that everybody said so far, and we're only a little bit in, is if you're watching this, take notes, because something I've learned from starting over is that it doesn't need to be your story to be powerful. So as you hear people give their testimony and their story, take notes, even have them type it up in Messenger so you can screenshot it and like put it in your own little graphic or whatever the case might be. But use the stories you hear from this trip to get the message out there, even if you were not physically there to feel this, because I will tell you that the words spoken from the people that were, there's something I'm just going to say it. There's something about the Loft that is felt even if you're not there. So if there is ever a Loft anything, I need you to, first of all, know you need to run. Like RUN sprint. When you walk in the Loft, it's a feeling like the place just hugs you. You don't need to know. I've never met a single person. This is my first Lavelle retreat. I've been on all the trips. I've earned all the things. I've spent all the cash. I've done it. All right. Nothing has ever felt as fulfilling to my soul as the Loft retreat has. You guys, what you have, the leadership you guys have your hands on, that you get to welcome people into, is top notch. It's unmatched. And it's not because of the knowledge only, it's because of the heart. When we went to the Loft, I will tell you one of the biggest takeaways, and to me, this is what matters. To fill it. Yeah, absolutely. To me, what matters is when you walked into this retreat, like when you walked into the airport, I was you were welcomed as if you haven't seen these ladies in 3 years and you've never met them a day in your life. That matters. Especially for your people who are out there looking for community and looking for belonging and friendship, because it's a real thing. And the other thing is you wouldn't know who is making $100,000, $1 million, or $10 a week, a month, nothing. You wouldn't know. They all loved the same. They listened the same. They were present the same. And to me, that speaks volumes, because that shows you that your leaders are still in the trenches with you. And when you get into a 10-year-old organization, that matters. The other thing I took away was how to get the results that you're looking for in your business. The Loft retreat was all the feels. I really don't have words for it. I'm literally speechless. The community that you get to bring people into is something that you feel deep within your soul. I'll just say that. And the products I've seen work within me 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and especially postpartum. I will tell you guys that my emotional state would be an absolute disaster. And I know that for a fact because I can feel my Black Label kick in every single day that I put it on. Like I can literally feel it kick in. This little dude can cry, and his cry hits different before Black Label and after Black Label. And I'll just leave it at that. But the thing that I learned, and it's really powerful being around people who work their business in many, many different ways, is that if you can show up and you can be loud and proud, but I mean, it was said on a Zoom the other day, is millionaires are made in Messenger. And that was mentioned on the retreat too, is that you not only have the power to bring people to thrive, but you get the opportunity to help them thrive for free. And so when you can utilize that customer link, and you have to ask. So since then, I mean, I can second the affirmations. I can second the I ams. I spend every single day, especially being back, because I know great things are coming. And when great things are coming, things tend to work against you. I'm screaming all day in my head, I am, I will, I am. And your mindset needs to be watered daily, like sometimes every minute. But you get the opportunity to help people thrive for free. And they don't always know that. So you have to, like, I've set something for myself where I have to do one scary thing every single day. And some days it's going to be just getting out of bed. And I know that day is going to come. It doesn't have to be about my business, but every day I have offered people bluntly offered them the opportunity. I have asked them for a post. I have asked them to share how these products have made them feel. I have asked, throw me in, I'll give you $25 Amazon card. You can do an Amazon card. You can do whatever, wherever you've got the means to make it work. Whether you've got $900 in credits, whatever it is, I'll give you $25 in credits, Amazon card, I'll babysit your kid, you know, however you can work it. But if you put me in a chat with 5 people that you care about, like you care about how they feel, because you know that they could really benefit feeling how you feel. And they're going to get into their feels. They're going to say like, listen, like I didn't lose my sugar honey iced tea on my kid today. And I know you have 5. You know, I didn't lose my sugar honey iced tea at work today. And I know you work 12 hours. Whatever it is, whether it's all pick a benefit, somebody's got a need for it. And once you plant that seed, you've got to plant the seeds in order to reap a harvest. And you have to really lean into what you have your hands on. And I really like digged what I was doing before, but since this retreat, like you can't tell me anything. Like I cut my nails for the 3rd time in 1 month. I felt these products work. I know what I have my hands on. So like you can say whatever you want. Like you can put it any which way. You can launch whatever new company. Like I'm loud and proud, but people do care about themselves, you guys. They care about themselves. And you need to be a resource and not a sales pitch, because people want help, right? Like we want solutions. So you have the solution, but you've got to be loud and proud about it. And you have to, your customers, the way I see it after talking to Sonia and after talking to Lisa and after seeing like just how like the belief and seeing these products work in every woman that I was around at the Loft, every one of your customers should thrive for free if they want to. So maybe you need to say like, let me help you save and throw out the dollar amount, right? Like read the energy in the room. If they're money oriented, let me help you help your friends and save $172 a month. Trust me, if they're already thriving, they're going to spend it next month. But now like they've got a whole list, because $172 sounds a little bit different than thrive for free. So you got to dive in and you got to dive deep. That's it. I'll talk forever.
You're good. You're all gold. And that is so true. I think so many times we say thrive for free and people like put a block up, like nothing's free, or, you know, they think it's a coupon or a discount. And then every time my customers get their credits loaded for the first time, they're like jaw dropped, like $200, $180. It's
you need to share that. Like you need to share like Sally's been thriving for whatever, right? And like she just thrived for free because she helped her 2 best friends feel good. Like your words are very loud, but the people you help, like, okay, if you go to a doctor who had, obviously he's a neurosurgeon, right? You're still reading reviews. Like he has the degree. Somebody handed this dude a scalpel, but you're still like, you still care about what his patients say. And so the same is true for our customers.
Yep. So good. Thank you. Okay. Annette.
Hi, everybody. You know, I've heard so many amazing things tonight. And, you know, and my takeaway from the Loft was it was all about feeling, right? Having the capability to like embrace my fear. And it seems, okay, like some people think like, okay, it's simple, right? It's simple to get on a Sea-Doo, right? It's simple to like maneuver a boat, right? However, you know, what I really came to realize is that my husband does everything for me, right? When it comes to stuff like that, and having the capability to feel confident within myself is what my takeaway was, right? And you know, just experiencing, like, there's some women that I've known that were at the loft, and then there was some that I didn't. However, what happened within me was, it felt like we were like, we've known each other forever. Like, and that was so amazing, right? Just to be with each other without judgment, right? With no and you know, and I've been on a couple of retreats before, and it was different, right? And having the ability to experience the peace and the calm when I walked into Chastity's home, right? And so what I have done, I've changed my routine, right? I get up, I used to get up at 5, I get up at 4:45 now, because I found that I would hurry and rush and wouldn't have the time to complete the things I needed to do for me, right? In order for me to protect my peace, right? I need to take care of me, right? I've started walking at work. I've actually, you know, the music that played in the background all day long was, it was amazing, right? So at my job, you know, I work an emotional job, right? Due to the population that I work with, right? I have one of my Pandora stations is Lauren Daigle, right? As well as singing bowls. And so I found today, like all day, like my singing bowls were in the background playing, and I was at peace. You know what I mean? And it's like armor for me, right? Armor in my mental space, right? And it's amazing. Like who knew, right? Like I came back so full of love and fire. I just can't even explain it. You know what I mean? It was just amazing, right? And and just being with everybody, you know, just being and being okay to be who I am, right? And I was great. I'm grateful for that, right? Like that experience, the experience with Chas, Lisa, Sonia, all of you guys, every single one of you women that were there touched me deeply this time. You know, I felt like I was at camp. And it's really like because of the bunk house, the loft, right? Like I don't know. It was like childlike for me. That's kind of what it was for me, right? And it was absolutely amazing. Business wise, I came back on fire. And I'm gonna do this. Like I have the power to help other people feel just as amazing as I do. And I'm on fire, man. You guys, that's all I got. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at today. I'm grateful. And what I have.
Love it. So good, Annette. Other people said that too. They said that because I didn't sleep in the loft. So I asked a few people, like, what was the vibe like? How did it feel? Like, did people get along? And everybody was like, oh my gosh, it was like being kids. It was like giggling and staying up late and messing with each other. And
Yeah,
and
when you have the opportunity to sleep in the captain's quarters, it's really not as fun as the loft. So
oh,
right.
I had fun. I'm like an old lady and have to go to bed early anyway. So okay, let's see. That's so cute. I love that. Okay, Crystal, I know that her service was a little choppy. We'll see if she can.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I can't die in the heat again and my phone will overheat. So I have all the same takeaways, like me time, affirmations, all the things. I had affirmation for with a bunch of different things that I got brought home from the loft. I too ordered all of the happy stickers to stick everywhere. My biggest like takeaway for me personally, I found where I'm supposed to be again. Like this has hit me multiple times since February, but this time it was really big and it's stuck with me. Like everybody else said, like I am definitely supposed to be, and I'm super happy about it and I'm on fire. And this has all been said, but I literally have written down. My business takeaway was let others inspire you when you cannot fire yourself, because I mean, everybody that was there was going through some type of crap leading up to the loft. That was like life, right? Like life moments that were depressing or putting you in a crappy mindset or just bringing you down. And I realized I'm not alone in that also. Like everybody has something going on. And it's hard when you're in that depressed state. And I struggled with this like all of July. Like life hit me at the end of June and it hasn't stopped. And I come home and it's still not stopping, but I have a better attitude about it, knowing that I'm not by myself and I don't need to be depressed. And I can look at my board that I made yesterday and just like be happy and and the I ams, like Jennifer said, are huge like that. I do them, but I guess I didn't realize like how many times a day I need to do them. Like it's not like a 10-minute thing in the morning. It's like all day. And especially with kids that drive you freaking nuts or just stress in the world. So I personally learned a lot from Chastity and Lisa and Sonia and you and Michelle, like just conversing with everybody, and literally everyone had something different to say that I brought home and I'm going to implement. So I love all of you. Like Chrissy said, I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm just gonna sit here and smile. But I definitely feel like this isn't fake social media, excuse my French, but bullshit like relationships anymore. Like I had met, part of you, all of, like, not all of you, but part of the group at Thrive Palooza for what, 2 days or something, 3 days. But it was real and it hit me like, they're not fake. They're not just saying the things because I'm on their team or on their sideline or downline, or they want like a post on social media today or something. So that was another takeaway of everybody's together and everyone does care and everybody loves me just like I actually love all of them. So that's cool.
That's a big takeaway. To take away the new friendships is huge. Okay, let's see. We're going a little bit over, but that's okay. Okay, Brittany. Hi, you want to talk?
Hey everybody. Okay, so I'm like literally sitting here with my box of stickers and I've totally done all the things. I'm trying to sit here and think about saying something that someone else hasn't already spoken about, but I have to say, business wise, something that I took away from the weekend was utilizing the 3 ways. That was something that every leader that I spoke to said that was life-changing in their business. It helped them so much. I spoke with Sonia at great lengths, which was so cool because, it was just so cool. Getting them in 3 ways and having your customers tag you in post, like as they're thriving, and like asking them to tag. And she said that really helped build her Canadian business, was just tagging, because then her customers were posting about, I started these 3 steps and I'm feeling amazing. I got it from Sonia. And she said that led one to another, to another, to another. And that was what really helped grow her business. A personal takeaway, this trip, you guys, is so hard to put into a set amount of words for a set amount of time. Like, it's just, there's so much to discuss, which is why I personally decided that as I'm posting on Facebook, it's going to be like my story. Like, my story is just going to continue to build off of this particular weekend. I don't know if anyone's watched the show like How I Met Your Mother, but my story is how I became a millionaire with Lavelle. And I've started with like just one story out of all the stories that I have to tell. And I think it's going to be super fun. I had someone at my daughter's practice today. I went to go tell him a story about a firefighter I met in the airport. And he was like, you know what? I'm so done with you. Like, you're out here living your best life. I saw you all over the place in Texas and doing this. And he's like, I was just so jealous. So a few, two more things, you guys. Number one, you never know who's watching. This is something I learned in my other business. You never, ever will know or realize the amount of people that are actually watching and paying attention. They may never click into your stories. They may never click into your live. They may never click like or comment or anything, but you do have people that are in the shadows watching. And it may take you dropping off for a few days for someone to actually reach out and be like, hey, I've been following you for a while and I just want to know that you're okay because you haven't posted anything in like 3 days and that's abnormal. Like I used to have that happen a lot to me in my previous business. So you never know who's watching, and you also never know what a light you are to other people. This weekend truly opened that up to me. People have told me like they like to watch me and they think that I'm uplifting and stuff, but what these women, you women that are here watching, said to me this weekend, like, I'm still just sitting in awe over my note cards, over um getting picked by 5 out of what, 15 women. Like, that's a majority, you guys. I was so blown away and just so grateful and humbled by it. But you really don't understand how much you were needed in this world. I told everyone, I think around the campfire, that it was 1 in a trillion chance of you being here. I lied. It's 1 in 400 trillion or 1 in 400 quadrillion. Do you guys, those odds are like unachievable, but you're here. Then that's the chance that you have of even being born. And here you are, you're born and you have a purpose. So go out and talk to people and use your purpose. Like it you don't have to be anybody else. People tell me when I'm, trying to give them the opportunity, I can't do it like you. Good. I'm freaking glad you can't, because they don't need another me, they need a you. So the last things that I will leave you guys with are some 2 stickers that I found in this box that I thought were just like on my head. Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you got to keep moving. Okay. And then time flies, but you're the pilot here. So you guys just go out and crush it. Like, do you stay positive, and like you can do all the scary things. So I hope everyone has a great night.
Thank you so much. I loved meeting you. Like, it's crazy. You think that you kind of have like a feel for someone until you actually get around them. And like, I already liked you, but holy cow, like we're friends forever now. Like, I need your vibe in my life. So good. And I loved too, like, I love how Lavelle as a company really highlights the new person. Nobody ever feels like, oh, it's only for the higher ranks or this and that. And so to see you really come in and like, for people to see you as a newer person too, made me super happy. And it really just kind of goes back to how this company teaches us. You know what I mean? It's just so good. Okay, Sarah said she had to get off. Did she jump off? Okay, Miss Joy. And then I think that's everyone that's on here. If someone else is on that I didn't say, type your name in the chat, and then I'm going to see if Chess wants to say anything after you, Joy, and then we'll close it.
What's up?
What's up?
So the loft was dope as fuck, excuse my language, sorry. For me, like, I went in I was really broken and in a really dark place. Like, it wasn't until about 10:30, 11 o'clock the night before that I even decided to go, I'm not gonna cry. Um, uh, but I'm so happy I went, like, for me, it literally, like, my soul was just like renewed and like set on fire, and like uh I've never, like, it was like it was a God shot that I fucking got on that plane a couple hours later after I said I wasn't gonna go. And I'm glad I went, because if I wouldn't have went, I would definitely be in that dark place. I wouldn't be getting out of bed, be doing everything that I'm doing now, you know? Like everybody was talking about the like your mornings, like reaffirming your mornings, you know, for me, a lot of people know, like, I'm a fitness junkie. Like, I'm in the gym every morning, I'm doing something every morning. And I didn't do that for 3 weeks prior to the retreat. And that was for, like, I haven't done that in 3 years since I started on my like workout journey. And I've been getting up, walking my dog every morning, hitting the gym you know. But like, it just, it was just, I can't even put into words like how it saved my life. I'll just say it, like, it saved my life, because there were moments and times where I wanted to die this summer. You know, I wanted to get loaded or die. And I don't have those thoughts anymore, you know. Has everything been rainbows and sunshine and rainbows? No, there have been moments where I'm just like, fuck. But there's also been more moments where I'm like, I can fucking do this, you know. Chas said to me, and a lot of people said to me, like, I need you to not give up. And and I can't give up. Not just like on my business, but on life, you know. And the thing about this retreat and about these women and about this company is, like, when they were telling me I need you to not give up, I know they weren't talking about the business, you know. Like, I know a lot of other businesses, people would be like, you can't give up because we need your numbers, or we need this. Like, people at the retreat, in this company, on this team, sideline, upline, downline, wherever, they fucking care about you, you know. And I fucking learned that this weekend. And fuck, that was huge, you know. That was huge for me. And takeaway business wise, like Annette said, it set my soul on fire, you know. Like, so I worked my ass off to earn this retreat, and then literally probably within 48 hours after we announced I won this retreat, my fucking world crashed. Like, my family was shook. We went through some major shit. My son went to fucking prison. And that's when shit got really fucking dark, you know. But like, I can see the light now, you know. I can see the light, and I know things are going to get better, you know. Like, I was making posts while we were there. Like, I haven't made a fucking, other than a Flex Friday post, I haven't made a Thrive post in fucking months. Like, because like that wasn't at the top of my mind. The top of my mind was stay alive and not get loaded, you know. But like, I'm posting there, I'm making posts. Like, I got a PPA order last night. Like, it set my soul on fire. Like, this is why I'm here. Like, I'm here to help others feel better. And like, the girl who hit me up, she was like, hey, I've seen all your posts, and and here's the thing, like, I've been in Zooms or something when they say don't share the negative shit. But by me sharing the negative shit, when I said, you know, I was in a really dark place and I'm coming out of it now, that's what she related to. That's what she related to. Because she herself was in a really dark place, and she was like, what are you doing to get back out of it? And I said, you know what, honestly, I'm taking my Thrive and I'm fucking putting one step in front of the other. And she said, what is Thrive? Boom, there you go. Bam. Fucking, she was like, send me, how do I get it? I was like, send you a sample, but here you can go start with a 4 weeks experience. She was like, how do I order it? And then bam, you know. So for me, like, you know, like, for me, I know I got to share the real me, because a lot of my market is people who knows me. So if they know I'm just sharing a bunch of fucking smoke and mirrors, they know that's not me, because I keep it real 1,000%. I keep it real no matter where I'm at, no matter what the fuck's happening in my life. I'm keeping it real, because that's all I know how to do. You know, like I'm in recovery, and the big part of recovery is tell your story. And that's all I know how to do is tell my story. I don't know how to tell Lacey's story. I don't know how to tell Jill's story or Jen's story. I don't know how to tell nobody else's story. I can ask them to do a 3-way to tell their story, but I can't tell their story. I can just tell mine, you know? And it's weird because in the last 3 days, I've had 8 people from different teams ask me, can I throw you in a 3-way message? Sure. You know, and it's like 8 different people, because I don't know if it's God shot or what, but they're just like, hey, I want to throw you in a 3-way message. And I'm just like, all right, bet, you know, like I've never met these girls at all. But you know what? It's not about that. It's about helping others in this business. And that's what we do, you know? And I don't even know. I just like started preaching. I just left the gym, so I'm like on a good one. But yeah, I don't know. But like, if you guys have a retreat comes up, a lifestyle getaway comes up, fucking even Thrive-A-Palooza, do what the fuck you got to do to get there, because I guarantee you on my mama's soul, your fucking soul is going to be lit. A fire's going to be lit, and it's going to be life-changing, incredible. Like, do not sleep on these chances. Do not sleep on them, you know? Don't fucking sleep on it. And that's all I got.
Oh my gosh, you're literally just like shining. There's actually even a glow coming from behind you where you're just like, oh, like, I'm so glad you came. That little girl that was helping you pack your suitcase when you were like, I'm not going, give her a hug from me, tell her thank you. I'm so glad you went. I'm so glad you went. Okay, let's close it out. Chastity, I know you're on. I don't know if you wanted to say anything. You said that you didn't have to, but I would love to. We would love to, you to, if you want to.
Let me just jump on real quick, Lacey. And I just have to say, first of all, I'm just so honored to lead beside you and Michelle and Sonia and Lisa. What an honor it is. But listening to you guys and listening to you guys just pour your heart out, it fills my cup. And when I told Joy, you can't quit, she can't, because that reminds me why I keep going. Yeah, it's been a hell of a year for a lot of us. It's been a hell of a 3 years for a lot of us, but we have something that people need. And I shared with the girls, I keep sharing, if you've heard me talk, you heard me say, like, we don't know who we're going to come across in the next year, that 5 years down the road, 7 years down the road, they're going to need their health to show up in an incredible way. They're going to need a financial foundation that could potentially be rocked if they wouldn't say yes right now. So when we say our future self is going to thank us, our future self is going to thank us, and then the futures of others are going to thank us. So, you know, whether it's a, like Joyce said, lifestyle getaway, it's a, you know, Thrive Hot Summer, it's a local. Guys, if you can fill your living room, whatever you can do to be in the room, to have the energy of those stories, it's a game changer. And yes, I believe God blessed me with a beautiful space. That Loft is just, it's an incredible place. It's been a place for my healing journey. But there is something about live in person, no matter where you go, because you're going to get to hear from Thrivers. You're going to get to hear how they're putting one foot in front of the other. I think it's time that we do take off the filter, that we are real, raw, and vulnerable, and we share what this product is doing for us, what it's doing for others in our community, and what it's doing for others in our circle. And that is what's going to grow your paychecks. And I believe that we can have passion and purpose with a paycheck. There is nothing wrong when someone says, you just want to make money off me. Everybody wants to make money off of you, but you get to do something you love. You get to do something that is meaningful. You get to do something that has purpose. So I just have to say, you know, whether you came this weekend or you didn't, you have every opportunity to, there's so many things happening. We've got our lifestyle getaways. There's the Thrive Hot Summer. And then if you say, you know what, I want to put some people together. I know that your leadership will broadcast in live just like this. They can be on a big screen TV or whatever. Get a couple of girlfriends in the room. Let us share those stories. Let us share heart and passion, and let them see this community that we want them to be a part of. So I'm just honored. I love you guys. And if I didn't get to meet you this weekend, I can't wait to meet you guys. I know there's a lot of girls that are going to be popping 200K. I told Lacey, I said, the cool part's going to be when you get to attend your girls' retreats and you just just get to sit back and relax and enjoy. So I'm excited. I know August is going to bring so many good things. Let's get out there just like Joy did. She I said to her, I said, when you have a need, you plant a seed. When you're struggling financially, plant a seed financially, whether that's $1, whether that's somebody on the corner. When you're struggling physically, emotionally, in relationships, plant a seed. When you have a need, plant a seed. And she planted a seed by pouring into all of us. And now look at the what she is reaping in that, sowing into us and loving on us. So I love you guys big. Thanks, Lacey, for having me on, and y'all keep rocking it out. And I can't wait to see what all of you do with this after this next week and what we're going to do this month.
Yes, love you. Thank you so much, Chastity. All right, you guys, that's a wrap. I love y'all. Have a really great week. We're going to be back here next Wednesday. Thank you guys for everyone who shared, and have a good rest of your night.